Hello, this is a small clip talking about hazards and perils and how they fit into the idea of insurance basics. And this would be for the California exam for property and casualty. This is a mind map that you can purchase if you'd like. I believe it's $3. I'll have a link here that you'll see it. But anyway, I'm going to go over a particular part of insurance basics. As you see right now, this gives you a percentage breakdown of the type of the amount of questions in different areas that are asked. So 31% of the test questions include insurance basics, liability basics, and property basics. And so let's take a look at the portion within the insurance basics called perils and hazards. So I just click in there. Now we go over to the quite extensive. So here I go to property insurance. Okay, so let's talk about the hazards, the four types of hazards. Here we have physical hazard. So that's any hazard that's arising from the material, structure, or operational feature of the risk. For example, smoking is a physical hazard that increases the likelihood of fire and illness. So putting maybe a piece of furniture too close to the fireplace might be another example of a physical hazard. Moral and moral hazard. Moral hazard is a type of a habit that increases the probability of loss. It's, for example, if you purchase insurance for gain, that is, let's say your ultimate ulterior motive is dishonesty and you're going to try to make money from burning down or arson, that would be a moral hazard. It's really you can think of it as like a criminal intent for gain. And then you have morale hazard, which is a type of indifference to loss because you have insurance. In other words, you become more reckless because you have insurance. So the attitude of an insured to think, it isn't insured, so why should I worry about the safety of my house, property, or other goods? And finally, we have this thing called legal hazard. It increases the likelihood a loss will occur because of court action. For example, it could be that the insurance company will be regulated to cover certain aspects that could increase their loss due to that new regulation. For example, such as a regulation requiring coverage of alcoholism in a health insurance. So that would be the hazards. Those are hazards, but the loss, things that actually cause losses, would be what we call peril. So peril is the actual cause of a possible loss. That would be like a fire and theft and rain. So these are physical perils that actually could cause a loss. As opposed to down here where you have a physical hazard by smoking or placing a piece of furniture too close. This is something that actually caused a loss. Then we have something called named perils in the insurance clause of your insurance policy. Sometimes they're going to specify exactly which of these perils are included. Whereas if you have a policy that says open perils, then if it's not specifically excluded from as an exclusion, then it's covered, which would be the best really. And then we have concurrent causation, which is two or more peril acts happening at the same time or causing the loss. We have direct loss. Well, the fire would have direct contents of a particular peril. Direct fire caused the smoke that caused the damage. So it's a direct cause. The smoke would be a direct cause of the fire. And then we have the consequential loss, which might be further down the chain, that the smoke itself caused further damage, some filtration system or something of that nature. Okay, so then finally we have this term called loss reserve, which is just a definition that this is required, the amount of money that an insurance company needs to set aside to cover any possible claims coming in. The banks have that they can lend out the money, but they need to keep a certain amount of reserve in money to cover any demands on people withdrawing their money. And then here's a definition. It's called a loss ratio. There are two types. There's the expense ratio, which is all your expenses divided by the total earned premiums coming in. and then you have your loss ratio going this way, and that's all your losses plus the reserves that you have to keep divided by your earned premium. Alright, I hope that's helpful. Again, if you'd like to use my mind map, there it is. You'll see a link to it and study of hazards and losses. Alright, thank you.